नहीं नहीं चालू कर दे I guess we are live.
So we are live. Hello guys. Sorry for the delay. We had some technical glitch, and we are live now. And I hope all of you are doing well and enjoying the weekend. Tomorrow is the new weekday, and I hope we have a good trading session. So before proceeding, I'll just give the disclaimer. This video is purely made for educational purpose only. We are not advising any trading or investment ideas. Chartmojo won't bear any responsibility for any trading losses you might incur as a result of using this learning. One is free whether to choose or not to follow the learnings and create a position in the market at his or her own risk. Remember, it is one of the most riskiest investments form possible, and we might be having our own position in the mentioned stock. So, hi Sunil, what's up?
Hi Abhishek. So it has not been a good market. I would
Yeah,
say the market has been in an kangaroo mode. Like these days, people have been calling this market as that market is into kangaroo mode because we can see one day market going up, one day market coming down, giving you gap up and gap down, and it
exactly.
has not been a rosy environment for the market, so to speak. And by the way, if you see, I mean, on our momentum portfolios, I have been sitting on cash because we are not getting those kind of signals which we are waiting for. And I would say there are few critical junctures on the Nifty and the Bank Nifty, which we are, waiting them to bounce or break. And according to that, you are going to be taking our decisions. So yeah, so this has been my view on the market. And now what we'll do, we will pull up the chart of your Nifty and Nifty and Bank Nifty, and we'll try and dissect what is happening on the market by using charts.
Great, great, great. Okay.
Yeah, so what do I do? Should I pull up the chart of Nifty and Bank Nifty and give you my views on the same?
Yeah, let's do the indices first.
Okay, so is my screen visible? Yeah, it
Yeah.
seems. So first of all, one thing we have to notice, Abhishek, is that we have been witnessing major, I would say, sell-off from the market.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just a moment. So I was saying we have been witnessing major sell-off from the market, and this is also very evident on the. This is also evident. Just a moment.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No worries.
Yeah. So I wanted to show you this thing. Uh, there, there was some issue which was going on with respect to screen, so I had to hold for a second. Yeah, so now we can continue. So as I was saying that we have been witnessing the net sell off from the FII's activity, and you could see like since the time of 5th of May, you could see like 5th May, 6th May, 9th May, and across all the time frame which we could see on the screen, we have been witnessing the sell off from the FIIs. This signal in itself is a big factor because see, when FIIs are pulling out their money, it means the market is not looking that rosy. Okay, and the sentiment on the market is not bullish. Correct. So this is the very first bearish sentiment which we could see by looking at the FII data. And second, okay, I mean, this will happen. I'll just show you the India VIX, what is happening. So whenever the FII people are pulling out their money, you'll see bearish sentiment lingering on the market, and that has its negative impact. And then you see people buying puts because people think that what will happen if the market goes down tomorrow. So what people start doing is people start buying puts, and when people buy the puts, the bearish sentiment kicks into the market, which propels the India VIX to go higher. And that is what you are seeing on the screen right now. If you see, right now the India VIX is hovering at 23 and a half a percent. Okay, so over there it is quoting it, and we have to watch out for this signal, as whenever this India VIX is going above, I would say 25 or 30, that's an alarming sign, because whenever it goes above 25, okay, over here we could see the strong resistance around 30, and over here we could see the strong resistance around 35, 38. Whenever India VIX going above this level should be seen as a very bearish sentiment, and you should take off your chips from the table, so to speak, with respect to the market. Okay, so right now the long story short is that the market is not looking that bullish, and that bearishness is completely seen on the Nifty 50. So so I showed you these two data points. I showed you the FI activity, which was negative on a continuation basis. Okay, and that had its negative impact on the India VIX, and you could see India VIX was just going up. And
And the
whenever,
outflow is also like more than, in fact, double than 2020 outflow, right? If you see.
exactly, that has been the case. And see, at the same time, if you see the basically the US 10-year bond yield, okay, that is also going up. And what you have to see is that whenever US 10-year bond yield is going from a critical juncture, okay, if it is breaking the critical junctures, it means the money will move out from the Indian market. And when that money moves out, you'll have a bearish sentiment, and that is when you see Nifty falling down. So now over here you could see the India VIX is going up and the Nifty is coming down, and you have to understand that the India VIX and the Nifty has the negative correlation. Okay, so one goes up, the other will go down. If another goes up, the one will go up, and that has been happening. So as far as my Nifty 50 views goes, over here what we can see is there is a clear support. Okay, on the in the I if I'm remember it correctly, in the previous weekend show I said that we have not broken the 200 EMA, and we will wait for the Nifty to breach the 200 EMA, and that did not happen. And this happened on 8th of, I guess, May, on the last Saturday. Okay, so after that the market did not go up and it started coming down, and now the Nifty is finding its support over here. So it is very clear that if at all the Nifty breaches the 15,000 I would say 700 levels, then it is a clear cut sell signal. Okay, I would say the people who have gone long should buy the puts to hedge their portfolios, because if they don't buy the puts, then they will see more dent happening on their portfolio, because you'll see Nifty going much lower from this level if at all it breaks the critical juncture of 15,700. Okay, and on the higher side, if somebody is like wanting to go for the short term view, see what is happening. If you look at the hourly chart, it is making lower lows and lower highs formation. Okay, so over here we have to wait for one of the signal. Okay, let's say if over here if we get this sort of scenario, so then we have to wait for the Nifty to breach the resistance. Okay, and when that happens, one can look for the your scalping or intraday opportunities. But the short term view does not look that rosy, because I showed you what is happening with respect to the daily time frame. Okay, and I'll show you one more interesting data point. And I was just going through the chart of Nifty 50. Whenever Nifty 50 breaches the 200 EMA, Abhishek, you also have to see it very carefully, that whenever the Nifty 50 is breaching it, it goes down and does time pass. It is not like it will give you the V-shaped recovery. It is never a V-shaped recovery. It is always a sideways movement and then a recovery, and then you will get the recovery. See over here, look at this breach. We got the 200 EMA breach. It did time pass and then it started scaling up.
Yeah.
See,
Exactly. Plus, also the macro environment doesn't look that rosy anyway. So if you see, then we need a lot of good news, positive news for the market to give a V-shaped recovery. If you agree with me, yeah.
exactly. So over here, if you look at this, see, it breached the 200 EMA, it went down, made a double bottom, and then started increasing. So what people are guesstimating over here is people are guesstimating that we might see the V-shape recovery from here on. Okay, which might not be the case. As I told you, whenever Nifty breaches 200 EMA, it will not give you the V-shape recovery. Okay, it will take some time. So right now, I would say people should not go long to a greatest extent, because they have to wait for the confirmation. So we have to wait for the 200 EMA to get breached, and then we can go for long opportunities. Now, if at all this level is breached, you can go for the short opportunities once the 15,700 level is taken out. Okay, now we'll pull up the chart of Bank Nifty.
So the market is going to test the patience of all the cash segment people.
It is going to test the patience, because see, Abhishek, if you see, uh, after COVID, okay, if you see, market has been on just like one way symmetrical point. Okay, it has been just going up and up, up and up. So now you have to see that the market goes through cycles. Okay, so it is never one way really. It will always be like, whenever we see the primary uptrend, the price goes up and then again it comes down in a secondary trend, and that secondary trend is the time when your patience will be tested. So right now what is happening is the patience is being tested, and I would say people should not go super bullish, or should not go super long on the equities right now, because we might go in a bear phase if at all the 15,700 level is taken out. Okay,
Yeah.
so we have to keep all those levels which I just now mentioned in the mind. And over here, on the last weekend show, we were discussing about this support zone. So over here it was resistance, over here it took support, over here it took support over here, and over here we could see the support plus the gap support as well. And now we are below this critical support, and the second support which we could find on the your Bank Nifty will be this area. Okay, so if at all the market does not recover, starts going up, then we could see this Nifty Bank to fall down to this level. Bank Nifty might come down to this level, and if we do, I mean, if you are not able to sustain this level, then we could see this level to be tested by the Bank Nifty, and then I would say we will go in the bear phase. Okay, and this has to be kept at the back of the mind if you are taking long positions in the market. Okay,
That's around 15 to 20% down from its ATH.
more or less,
If
yes.
we go to the bottom level, that bottom support that we are marking here.
Yeah, so right now we are down by, I would say, 20%, and if we go down to this level, then this would come around 27%, and if we come down to this support, it would be around 23%. So see, I mean, we cannot guesstimate what is going to happen tomorrow or day after tomorrow. What we can just mark is, we can mark our levels and trade with the proper defined levels, and that is what we try and do as a technical analyst.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I guess we should move on to the stocks which I have. Okay, so I had I had put a few companies. Okay, so this is my Bank Nifty and Nifty view, and now I will pull up the chart of a few stocks. Okay, so I had posted a few charts yesterday as a reversal candidate. So I'll have to see what all those stocks were. So one stock was JK Paper. Just a moment. Yeah. So here it is. So what I've shown on the chart is that when the market was going down, okay, so first of all, this company breached this level. It breached the critical resistance, and it was just going up. But when the Nifty started coming down drastically, this stock also had to come down with the Nifty 50, because see, when the sentiment in the market is completely bearish, no matter how strong the trend is, no matter how strong the chart is looking like, okay, the price of the companies will try to follow the Nifty 50, because this is the barometer of the market. So it also had to come down, and now if you see, this was the resistance, this was the support. So now this resistance is turning into support for the JK Paper. Okay, so we could find the support over here, and if you see from last 2 to 3 days, it is trying to go up. It means it is trying to regain its mojo. Okay, it is trying to regain its mojo, and it could make its way towards higher levels if we see more volume coming in. And I would say this is a good I mean, this is a good entry level, because over here the risk is not going to be that high. So if you go long above this candle, and you could put this as the stop loss around 7.5%. Okay, so this should be a stop loss, and you should go long once the high of this candle is taken out. Okay, so this is one of the company. And another data point, if you see, we took the support on the 200 EMA. Okay, whenever we are taking the support on the 200 EMA, you will see the security performing very well. See, we breached the 200 EMA, but we tried to regain again back into the momentum, and again it went up. So this is what happens, and this is so this was the critical area, and now we could see good days coming in JK paper. And paper as a pack, Abhishek, if you see, was doing well. Like if you see all the paper companies, like other paper stocks, they were also performing well in the like over the past few days. But it is just, I would say, a knee-jerk reaction which has happened, and it should bounce back very soon, as and when we see some reversal on the Nifty. So this is the first stock, and now
So
the second.
playing the theme is very critical right now for all the retailers.
Exactly. Exactly, playing the theme is very critical, because now if you look at, let's say, the Nifty auto.
Hmm.
Okay, you see, auto sector has been laggard
Yeah.
off lately. Okay, so if you try and I'll also show you these companies. Let's say Alembic Pharma. If I pull up the chart, look at the momentum of the company. Like, this stock has been making lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs. So as a retail participant, Abhishek, one who is looking for the short term opportunity will not look for the short sell opportunities, because short sell you can only do for one day, and people don't have that much money wherein people could take their positions into future market. So what people try and do is to take their participation in the equity market by taking the cash positions. So that is the reason we need to identify the outperformance. And this was the another company which I found, Power India, which is nothing but your Hitachi. Yeah, so Hitachi Energy is also auguring very well on the chart, and we could see right now, if you look at the chart of Nifty 50, you'll see that has been just tanking down and down. And if you see this company is not as down as the Nifty is down. It means this company is outperforming the Nifty 50 on the relative basis. And if you use the classical technical data points, then you'll see this is the change of polarity zone. Over here you could see this was the ascending triangle. We breached, made our way higher, it retested, and over here again this was the ascending triangle. It made our so basically this stock made a new high, and then again retested, again made a new high, but again retesting the resistance level. So this is change of polarity, and volume is also increasing at the same time, if you see. Okay, so we could delete this. Yeah, so increasing volume with good momentum, I would say this could be a good bet. So one should look out for the buying opportunity once the high of this candle is taken out, and one could put this level as the stop loss. Okay, over here the risk is going to be a little bit higher. Okay, but your reward is going to be good, because if at all it starts going up, then we could see this level breaching as well. Okay, because this is the overhead resistance which we are finding on the Hitachi Energy. So these are the few pockets which I found lucrative with respect to short term position as a swing trade on the days to come. Yeah.
So we'll take the questions of our participants here. First is Pranav Parad. He wants to know about Bajaj Finance.
So Bajaj Finance, like before even pulling up the chart of this company, I would say I was just scanning through all the stocks on the screen, and I saw those companies were not auguring that well. So I will pull up the chart of this company, and let us see what is happening. See, so we'll delete everything whatever we have marked earlier, and we'll see what has happened. See, I told you The moment we breach the 200 EMA, the days are not going to be that rosy. Okay, you see, we did not breach 200 EMA, but the moment we breached, it is like a parabolic move, Abhishek, you have to see. When I say parabolic move, one way on screen fall. It is one way on screen fall, and this we have seen on Bajaj Finance. Now, if one is looking to enter into this company, then I would say uh, you have to wait for this level to come, because this is again the strong juncture where we could find the support, because over here we could see the resistance on this level, and over here we took the support. So this is the area where we could find the support. And if at all you're looking for the long term investment, if at all you're looking for the long term investment uh, into this particular company, then you could basically wait for this area to come, and then you could make your positions. But if you are trying to look for the swing trade opportunity, then I would say don't buy over here, because you never know for how long this company will continue to trade in this region. So wait for this 200 EMA to breach, and then make your positions. This is gonna be my view.
Next up is LTI.
Look what's happening. Once the 200 EMA is breached, and we could also see there's this pattern being formed. It was the continuation rectangle pattern. Okay, and we are just seeing the one way fall in this company. It is just a one way fall. So see, these are the stocks which have lost the momentum. When I say lost the momentum, see, if I'm riding the bike on the highway, and if I'm accelerating that bike at the speed of 100, okay, kilometer per hour, then I could see the momentum being good, right? But if at all I decelerate the acceleration, then you would see momentum losing. I mean, you would see that bike losing the momentum. And what has happened with this particular company, LTI has been losing its acceleration. Okay, so it has gone in a decelerating mode, and that is what is being displayed on the chart. So I would say, if at all you're looking for the long term opportunity, okay, if at all you're looking for the long term investment, then I would say try to uh, watch out for the fundamentals of the company, and the strong support and resistance which I'm seeing on the chart is going to be this area. Okay, if at all you want to do the long term investment, wait for this level to come, and then wait for the confirmation as well. Wait for few confirmations, then you could buy over here. But if at all you're looking for the swing trade, then I would say this is not the stock which you should be looking out for. Look at the companies like this. If you want to take the short term view, if you want to take the swing trade position, then look at companies like this. Look at this company, Abhishek. Which company you find the better one? This is looking good.
That's called momentum.
See, I mean, over here, this company was trying to breach the resistance when the Nifty was making its way lower. Okay, and it is just because the downfall on the Nifty was very intense. Because of that reason, this stock also had to come down. Okay, just to keep its same mojo with what market has been doing. But now, when we saw the Nifty 50 settling down at 15,750 area, we saw the reversal coming onto this particular chart, and this is again going about 200 EMA, and we could see this is the nearby resistance. Okay, all time resistance is lying over here. Once this level is taken out, you will see company just going crazily on the higher side. And if at all you're looking for the reversal trade, then I would say wait for this level to breach. Okay, and you could keep the stop loss over here. As simple as that. And the volume has also been supportive. The volume has also been increasing, and if at all more volume comes, that is going to be a I would say more bullish regime for this particular counter as well.
Great. Um, so I think people will be watching out for KEI Industries in the days to come. Moving on, let's pick up Reliance Industries. Yeah.
again you're trying to propelling me to pull up the chart of the companies which has not been keeping in check their momentum. Okay, because these companies are not keeping in check their momentum, and these companies had been just falling down. So I would say, yeah, let me just remove the earlier price action. Yeah, so this company, I would say, this is a darling of the market, as people call it. And right now, as far as the technical data point goes, uh, it 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 broke the 200 EMA around this area, and right now we could see settling down around this zone. Okay, so if you see, this is the strong resistance we could see, and over here this company is hovering around. But if you want to go long, I would say wait for this area to get breached, because we could see resistance over here, we could see resistance over here, we could see uh, the underthrow resistance over here. Okay, and we could also see it is taking one top point over here. And if we breach this level, Abhishek, at the same time we would also be breaching 200 EMA. So that is going to be a bullish scenario for the company, and we could go long once these defined levels are being taken out.
Yeah.
So it is like a wait and watch company for the time being, and once the levels are being taken out, you could go ahead and take your positions.
Seems like people are stuck into these stocks. As we can see, all the charts are looking pretty much the same. Uh, so moving on, next is Bank of Baroda.
Bank of Baroda. Okay. So Bank of Baroda also uh, is not looking that great. It is below the so-called trend filtering criteria. Okay, it is below the TFC, and we could see the red volume bars increasing too.
Hmm.
When the red volume bars, Abhishek, are increasing, then we could see more selling is being piled up, more selling is coming into that particular security. Okay, so we will have to wait and watch as to where this company finds the support. First of all, we will wait for the green candle, and in this chart aspect we will wait for the white candle to form, and then we need the volume. At the same time, we also want this company to breach the 200 EMA. So over here, if it goes just sideways, okay, if at all Nifty does not make its way lower, okay, and if we find some pattern, then we would see the 200 EMA to come down. And if we get the pattern breakout with the indicator breakout, we could look for the long opportunities. But the long story short, please stay away from this particular counter for the time being, and wait for the company to settle down, wait for the company to form any sort of patterns, and then take your positions wisely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up is IFL Finance.
Let me remove this earlier price action which we have plotted. So IFL Finance, as we can see, it is trading in a channel. Okay, it is trading in a channel. So what happens is, it goes to the top of the channel, comes down, goes to the top of the channel, comes down, goes to top, comes down, goes to top, comes down. Okay, and over here I want to focus on one thing, is that the 200 EMA is not being respected by this company to a greater extent. What do I mean by that is that it is not following the 200 EMA as it should follow the 200 EMA, because it is a trend filtering criteria, and this company does not care. It seems to suggest, okay, it seems to suggest by looking at this pattern, that this company is not caring much about the 200 EMA, and following the classical chart pattern which is called as the channel, the rising channel. So we could wait for this company to come down to the lower band of the channel, and if at all we get some candle reversal signals. Okay, so candle reversal signals could be in the form of hammer pattern, could be in the form of bullish engulfing, could be in the form of maru bozu. If at all we get those patterns with the defined risk and reward ratio, then we could go for the long opportunities. But right now it's a no trade zone for the company because the levels are not being reached by the company to the lower band of the channel. So wait for the company to come down to this area and look for the confirmation, and then you can go long into this particular counter. Yeah.
Next is LG equipment.
So now we'll be taking one or two more counters. What amount of time is left?
We are past 29 minutes now.
Okay. So we will take few more counters.
Yeah.
Which company you want me to pull up?
LG equipment.
Okay. So LG equipment, what we could see? Which pattern is this? This is a pattern called
Shoulder.
head and shoulder top. Okay, wherein the left shoulder is lower than the right shoulder. Okay, and this is the head of the company. This is the head of the pattern. And at the same time, we are below the 200 EMA. So this is not the good time for the company. The good days for the company might not be there because we breached this neckline. Okay, and if we go by the pattern, we could see this company falling down to this level as well. Now most of you would be wondering or guesstimating that how could you say, Sunil, that this company might come down to this level? Because guys, we have to follow the benchmark objective of the patterns, and this is what the pattern is trying to tell me. Okay, if at all the company does not tries to go down and follow the target objective of the head and shoulder top pattern, then wait for this company to breach the 200 EMA on the higher side. See, Abhishek, whenever this company will be breaching the 200 EMA, let's say it's hovering over here, whenever it will be breaching this 200 EMA, it means the company has failed the pattern which was formed, and now again it is back into the momentum, and that is the time we could go long. But right now it's a no trade company, it's a no trade zone, and wait for the levels to breach and then take your positions accordingly.
Okay. Next is Polyplex Corporation.
So it is looking good. It is looking good, Polyplex Corporation, because if you look at the long-term chart, okay, the what does company do is basically company forms the continuation pattern. See, this was the HNS continuation pattern. This was, I would say, the symmetrical one. Okay, so company has the habit. The company has the habit of forming up the so-called continuation patterns. This was symmetrical triangle. This was HNS continuation. We could see the rectangle continuation pattern being formed over here. Okay, and it broke higher, made its way on the higher way. Okay, but again it came down. Most of you would have known why it had come down, because if the whole market is coming, definitely this is also going to be coming down. See, the Nifty made its way on the lower side, and that was the reason like Polyplex also had to come down. Where is it? Polyplex Corp, right?
Yeah.
So here it is. So right now this company again retested the resistance of the pattern. So this was the change of polarity zone, and now we could see from last 2 days, if you see, Abhishek, Nifty was making the red candles. Nifty was closing in a negative territory. Like if it is opening at 100, closing at 80. If it is opening at 80, then closing at 70. It means it is opening higher and closing lower. But on the contrary, if you see, this company is not doing same. This company is doing the opposite. This company is opening at, let's say, so like on the last day, if you see, it opened at 2397. Sorry, it opened at 2290, closed at 2328. So opening lower and closing higher. And on the on the second last day of the trading session, if you see, opening lower and closing higher. It means this company is trying to regain its mojo back. Okay, trying to regain its momentum back, and giving you the positive signal. So I really appreciate the one who found out this company is a good company, he has found out. So you should wait for this high to get breached. You could put this as the stop loss. So around 8% 8.38% is going to be a stop loss. Plus we need the price action to be followed. Right now we could see the above average volume on the positive side, but if at all we get the more positive volume, this is going to be uh, more bullish for the stock, and one could go for the long opportunity. One could go long on this company above this mentioned red horizontal line. Yeah.
Okay. Great find by Sharvesh. And next is KPIT.
KPIT. Okay. So KPIT is lingering. Okay, it is flirting, I would say. I mean, this has been the new term which is being used by the people these days, that it is flirting around the 200 EMA. Okay, it breached on the lower side. Okay, and right now we could see this support was also breached. But again, if you look at the price action of the last 2 days, that has not been that bad. The company is trying to rebound on the higher side. The company is trying to bounce back on the higher side, and very soon we could see this company breaching 200 EMA, because we don't see the strong selling volume bars as well. Because we don't see the strong selling volume bars, so that could be the positive scenario for the company. So let's wait for the 200 EMA to get breached, and then we can look for the long opportunities. But until and unless it is not breaching it, just keep this company on the sidelines.
And next is Havels.
Havels. Okay.
Yeah.
So uh, if you look at the chart of Havels, what is happening is that it made a one-way rally. Okay. So after COVID, if you see, it made a one-way rally. It just came higher and higher, and over here it made the so-called wedge pattern. Okay, it made a I would say falling wedge continuation pattern, and the moment it breached the wedge pattern, again it's made its way higher, and this was the target. This was the target for the company, 23%. And from this area, if we take, see, the target was also achieved by the company. But the moment your Nifty 50 started feeling the heat of FII data being coming, I mean, I would say negative, and at the same time, your India VIX also making its way higher. Okay, so see, these has been the pain points for the market. Okay, FI selling, negative sentiment coming into the market. And one more thing, if you see the people who have been buying this company from this level, don't you think so people will book the profit?
Yeah, exactly.
Correct. So when you see the profit booking, you will see the stocks coming, I mean, you will see the stocks falling down, but it should not fall down as to the levels as which this company has fallen down, Havels. Okay, so you see, whenever you will see profit booking, you will see the company making sideways to bearish, but not that strong bearish trend. It might go sideways, it might go sideways to bearish, but this company made its way lower, which was not good, and it breached the 200 EMA over here. Okay, it went back again, but again could not keep up to the momentum which it should have kept. So right now it's hovering around this area. Okay, and if we plot the this thing, the change of polarity zone, then this is coming around this area. So if at all we break this 200 EMA, and right now, see, I mean, it is very important to notice what is being happening with respect to this company. See, I told you 200 EMA is very important, and could you see, this company is not able to breach the so-called 200 EMA on the higher side. Okay, and that is, I mean, that is the reason you see this company is not making its way higher on the basically strongly bullish way. Okay, so the view is simple. Let's wait for this company to breach this area, and at the same time the 200 EMA will also be breached. Meanwhile, we would also get the good volume action. If at all we get that, we would take the long opportunity in this particular counter.
Okay. We'll take couple more stocks.
Yeah, let's we can take one or two more stocks, and then we can wind up.
Okay. Next is Burger King.
Burger King. Uh, I would say I'll need the company name. I've just forgotten the company name.
Yeah, just a second.
Just tell me the ticker.
Just a second.
I thought it was Berger
Uh,
Paint.
it's Burger King actually. Ticker name is can't see. Can you move to this thing? Uh, it's showing Restaurant Brands Asia Limited (RBA). No, it's not Indian, I guess. What? Just see.
So what we'll do, Abhishek? Let's move on to another counter and
Yeah, Titan. Next is
yeah,
Titan.
title. Yeah, so Titan, we could see it's falling one way. So there is nothing much to talk about this company, as the chart is speaking louder than what I might speak. Okay, so this is a no-brainer for the company, and I would say right now you should be very cautious in terms of making your bullish view on this company, because I guess the quarter result had come out and that was also not that good. I mean that good, because of that reason the company was also feeling the heat, right? Yeah. So right now I would say avoid this company for the time being. Okay, if you're looking for short opportunities, and if at all around this area, if you get, let's say, bottoming pattern, let's say you get this type of pattern, and and then if at all you see the company breaching that bottoming pattern, okay, the trend reversal pattern or the bottoming pattern, then at that point in time I would say you can make your positions. But right now, let let us give the time to the company to get settled down. Once the
Yeah,
company's price action is settled down, then we could think of making the long positions according
yeah,
to the chart patterns. Yeah.
yeah. It is feeling the heat of margin pressure in its business. So, other than jewelry, it's not doing great in any other segment as of now. So, let's see how it copes up.
So basically, Abhishek, what do you make out of the companies? Uh, it's basically my observation that which we have been seeing on the companies, that what do you make of the companies which had been so called the darlings of the market? I mean, if you see the chart of Reliance, which we, I guess, couple of time ago we pulled up the chart of that company as well. If you see Titan, as a fundamental analyst, what do you make of the scenario which is being lingering in the market, and why these companies have been feeling the heat? You have any
Yeah,
matlab,
so
data
if
point?
you see Reliance, then it has felt the heat because of couple of things that has not gone its way. Like if you see future retail, it didn't go its way. Then right now, even Aramco deal, it has fallen off. That also didn't go its way, because since past 2 years we were talking about that the director will be on board, and this energy segment will rise up further because of Aramco's expertise, but it also fell. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why we can see plus FII selling. I'd say it's a big number. If you see, it's more than around 2 lakh crores if you see, and it was around 60,000 crores back in March. So
Mm-hmm.
if DII wasn't here, if they were not here, then we could have seen a much more sustained selling. But let's see what happens. And even Titan, if you see the numbers, we were already expecting some, because of lockdown in January, that it couldn't sell because of closing of the shops and all. The company is positive about the upcoming quarter, but if you see the prices of all its inputs, it's very high, and now plus the crude prices that have gone up. So I don't know how they'll cope up with the margins, but if they can, then we might see a rebound. But I think couple of more quarters we need to observe about all these companies that are very input this thing heavy, and whose margins are already near about 10 to 11% and not on the higher side. So let's see how they do about this thing.
Okay, yeah. So thank you so much for your fundamental view on these companies, and your verdict is that let's keep a wait and watch approach on these companies and see
Yes.
how these companies perform in the days to come, and according to that, we could make our views. So I guess that sums up very well. First of all, on the very first note, giving the technical points, and on the second note, giving the fundamental, points about the company, and I guess we summed it up very well. And
Yes.
uh, this is all for the day. And I would say, I mean, see, one word of caution I would like to tell everyone is that right now you would see the US bond yield making its way higher, and the India VIX is also going up. The Nifty is hovering at 15,700 mark. So if at all, guys, we do not sustain, if at all the Nifty does not sustain at this level, then definitely we are going to breach the so-called 15,700 key mark area. And if at all we breach that area, we could see more bear phases coming into the picture that could take our prices lower from where they are right now. So if at all you're looking for making up the momentum portfolios, then I would say, guys, continue to keep your chips off the table, because right now the momentum is not looking that strong. You have to be very choosy. You have to pick and choose the companies which are having great momentum, and you have to make your way that way. Okay, so be peculiar right now, and I would say also keep all the levels at the back of your mind while making up the positions. That's all for the day.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much for being with us today. We couldn't take all of the questions, but we'll see you all in the next weekend with another weekend show. Until then, stay tuned to our YouTube channel and our Twitter channel as well. We'll be posting contents regularly over there. And see you guys. Have a good trading week. Sorry, have a good trading week, and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Okay, bye bye, bye bye, guys. Take care, everyone.
Yeah.
Bye bye.